But talking about masculinity and boundaries, and this is where even the psychedelics play in, and why I wanted to begin with that. One of the things Terence McKenna would always say as a positive, which I agree with him, but consider it a detriment, is that psychedelics dissolve boundaries. And they absolutely do. I think both of us would agree they dissolve this sort of noetic boundary between the spiritual and the real.
Between reality and imagination or delusion. I mean, they erase that. Am I tripping? Am I seeing this? Is this really happening? Yeah.
And so this dissolution of boundaries isn't just, now I think the psychedelics are indicative of this process at a very intense and extreme degree, but we're seeing it with no border, no wall, no USA at all. The idea that of no national boundaries, no boundaries between genders, no boundaries between man and animal, no boundaries between man and machine. This is a movement towards, again, this false understanding of like pure unity is utopia. And we're going to dissolve all distinctions and boundaries between things. And this is a feminizing effect, because I argue that men are like castle walls and women or children are like the jewels within inside the castle walls. Men build boundaries and we defend those boundaries, whether it be war, whether it be tradition, whether it be value systems. And what we've seen now is that men don't stand for much of anything because they don't have a strict value system. They don't have a tradition. They don't have honor in regards to defend. And so the walls have crumbled in our society. And now, in a way, the things that have been prized have been looted. We're seeing transgender children. We're seeing, states legalize blocking puberty for young kids. We're seeing, again, the sexualization of women, all this different stuff. So my point being is that we're seeing the dissolution of boundaries at an intense degree, and it causes chaos. And part of what it means to be a man is to, one, figure out what your boundaries are and uphold those boundaries, whether it be just like the wife walking over her husband. At some point, if you're a man, you have to have a boundary that once crossed, there's something happens. I'm not saying you be violent or anything, but there has to be consequences to a violation of respect and boundaries. But we don't have that. And so we see this feminization of men in the Western world continually.